Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another Palantir Technologies video. For this episode, we're looking at how Palantir has been able to bounce back a little bit after their pretty hard loss from yesterday, despite the Q1 earnings blowout. So, if you looked into my previous videos, or if you've seen any of my other ones, you've known the trend that Palantir has been on here currently, with a great bull run and great things looking up, great contracts and everything like that coming in. And yesterday, the day of all days, where we ended up starting low and ending low, was due to the market and didn't have anything to do with how Palantir has performed as a company in itself. So they even had Cathie Wood made a sale of $41 million worth of shares, even though the earnings list came in at such a high value. So, and this move ended up bringing out 376,874 shares, which ended up completely bringing the stock down even further as well. I mean, it helped with that 12% drop that we ended up having first thing yesterday. So, with that being said, that's a large part to play with it, having a major shareholder sell all of their stock out of this. But it was to be expected with a lot of the market volatility that's going on right now in the world, where now they're talking about the Federal Reserve, which they did finally make a final decision on everything, where the Federal Reserve is leaving its main interest rate alone, which was partially to be expected, but they're afraid of it because they believe that that has rising risk for the U.S. economy. And it has rising risk for the U.S. economy because they've been trying to push hard for lowering the interest rates, so then they believe that the economy would be able to start picking up, because then people would start buying more again, whether it be houses, cars, and just overall savings on a whole slew of different options. So that didn't end up happening. The Fed kept it where they felt it was supposed to be, and just keep it at a neutral. So then, over the course of today, we've been able to kind of bounce back a little bit. But there is still plenty of issues that's going to come along through the end of the week, because they've had a full announcement for high-level talks between U.S. and China to be able to go into Switzerland and be able to try to make better trade deals. But Trump is saying that he is not going to reduce his 145% tariff on all the Chinese goods, as he still feels that that's a condition to be able to keep holding negotiations higher. Even though China has started making de-escalations of their tariffs, which they've actually came in and stopped some of their tariffs all the way completely to zero. So, I mean, everybody is very optimistic that China is finally deciding that they want to come to the table and they want to make some kind of new trade agreement with America, which China is definitely falling into the wrong hands of the backside of their economy, because they are not a consuming economy, they are a marketing economy. And with America being the consumer and they have all the product, if we're not buying and they're not selling, their economy is tanking. And currently that's what's happening. And it's making it to where the military is even talking about pushing over on Xi Jinping. So, with all that being said, China coming to the table is a good thing for America, and it is possibly a good thing for the market in itself. But if we can look at the growing average for what we ended up having for today, ended up kind of having a short candle, but there's nothing wrong with that for it to be able to hold its line. So, because as we knew from where we were at our high mark on this bull run here, we pretty much came in and was able to see that we could hold a resistance line up here sitting at about 123, almost $124 a share. Then we come down to the second tier, which the second tier, you're looking right in the, well, excuse this, looking right at about $107 mark, which we ended up beating out yesterday, that we kind of were able to match today on the low end, where we were able to have a bit of resistance here. So then now that we're actually on a bit of resistance path, maybe we can keep staying in the upward track to be able to continue on this next bull run. Because if not, and we end up falling short, then we could end up turning around and ending up somewhere down in this line here, which I don't foresee this happening unless something truly goes tragic with China and the talks, and then the Fed wants to turn around and do a 180. But as everything stands right now, we should be able to hold this line just fine, because even though this is a top, we had three ends right here. So then with these three here, and then we had all 5 days right here, all trending right about on the same line, we'll keep this as a solid resistance line for sure. So with us holding a full resistance line here at about $97 to $98, then we can see exactly where the bounce back is going to commence. So with all that, with us being able to bounce off of this line, we should be able to see some good news coming through for us to be able to continue on our next bull run over the next couple of days. It might not be something as significant as going back up and over $120 a share between the next 2 days, but it is very possible in the coming week that we can get right back up to this resistance line here that, given it was our 52-week high, we've been able to touch it twice. Maybe this time we'll be able to break through it, because third time's a charm. So with all of Palantir's current contracts underway and their amazing earning report, and them being able to just about triple what they believed initially what their yearly was going to end up being for this year, then it's definitely going to end up showing once again that this stock will be able to continue on the right path of doing nothing but going up. And all the rest of it is just market volatility and politics. So there's no sense in worrying about this stock ever tanking, because they have it on lock. So I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, and you believe that there's something else that could have been better about the video, please drop it down in the comment, because I have no problem taking in some kind of criticism to be able to try to make better videos for you and for other viewers as well. And along with that, if you have a specific stock that you love and that you hold in your portfolio, drop it down in the comments below as well. I'd love to be able to research and be able to share another stock with the community as well. So this is the Stock Warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?